Just when you thought your day really sucked.
You suck!
Here comes something to make it suck even more. It's a Lamont and Tonelli podcast.
Hey, you know what? Let's welcome in this guest because I am a huge fan of this guy.
3, 4!
There you go.
3, 4!
Cleveland Rocks is the theme.
3, 4!
And we've got Drew Carey in the studio.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Drew, what's going on, man?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for playing that song.
Are you from Cleveland originally?
Yeah, born and raised.
Is that right, huh?
Yeah, right in the city. Yeah, right, Brook Park and Ridge. If you're in Cleveland, you go on 480, you get off Ridge Road, you're about a block away from my house.
Is that right, huh?
Yeah.
How often do you hang around Cleveland nowadays?
Not that often. I was just there a couple weekends ago, actually.
Yeah.
Hanging out. Yeah, I went to do, wait, don't tell me, on NPR. I know you don't never heard of NPR here in this station. They're the high-class radio.
Yeah, you've come to the wrong place if that's what you were expecting.
Yeah, do they still hate LeBron as much as everybody thinks they hate LeBron in Cleveland?
Yeah, they do.
How about you? Do you hate LeBron?
You know what? At first, I was like, well, that's crappy what he did. But then I thought about it, and I made some pretty nasty jokes that I regret about LeBron.
Okay, nastiest joke about LeBron that you made.
Miami came to town. They were playing Cleveland for the first time since he left.
Yeah.
And so the Dan Gilbert brought in all these celebrities, to Cleveland celebrities for moral support, and they just killed the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
And my tweet was that this game is about as tight as LeBron's mom's vagina.
Before or after Delonte West?
And I felt really bad about it. And then I apologized. I felt terrible.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, he'd have every right to punch me if he ever saw me. And he never did anything to me. And then plus, he fulfilled his contract. He did. He got. They said we'll pay you for this much money for these many years. He said okay. He took the money, he put in the years, and contract was over.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what are you gonna do?
Hey, it's business.
Yeah.
So were you happy to see him win the? Were you weren't cheering for him, were you?
I wasn't cheering for either team because I can't root for the Heat. Anyway, I wouldn't, LeBron or no, just the way the Heat was put together, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Right. So then they're like the Yankees of basketball now.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't root for the Oklahoma City because they used to be the Seattle
That's
Supersonics.
right. And you're a big Seattle guy now.
Everybody in Seattle hates them, so I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to care about who wins the NBA final. And the Cavs, again, to be honest, if the Cavaliers, I'm a Cleveland fan, so if the Cavaliers or the Browns or the Indians aren't in it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't,
So you don't care any year then?
Yeah, no. I never care about a championship.
You haven't cared for years.
I only care about the Seattle Sounders in a championship now.
The Seattle Sounders, the soccer team.
We get 38,000 a game, dude.
Oh, that's true. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's huge up there.
I went to a game up there about a year ago.
It's crazy, isn't it?
He actually flew to Seattle and went to the soccer game.
I don't blame you.
And they're singing the whole time. It's like going to a European game.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really exciting to go up there.
And by the way, let me get a quick plug in. You're at Cobb's for 2 shows tonight.
Yeah, 2 shows tonight. I'm working with a sketch group called The Midnight Show. Really funny.
Yeah.
They're from L.A., so it's a sketch comedy to open up, and then I'm in the sketches, and then I do stand-up after.
And then 2 shows again tomorrow night as well.
I'm a hard-working comic this weekend.
So you see, I like these sketch shows. Kind of like the TV show you did.
Yeah. It's not improv really. It's sketch, but it's like if you like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Shows like that. It's like a punk. The best way I can describe these guys, they're like punk rock Saturday Night Live.
Is that right, huh?
Yeah, they're like that really edgy out there. If Saturday Night Live was on cable and they didn't care.
Yeah. Hey, so are you going to bring this to TV as well? How many different TV shows have you had? You had the Drew Carey Show.
Yeah, Drew Carey Show, Whose Line Is It Anyway, Green Screen Show, Improvaganza. I think just between the Drew Carey Show and Whose Line, I've done like well over 400 half hours of primetime.
And those were going on at the same time.
Yeah. And then let's not forget The Price is Right now.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Yeah. I'll tell you. See, we were watching that we watch it in the office after the show all the time. Yeah.
It's been 5 years already that you've been on that show.
Isn't that weird? I've been on for 5 years already.
Yeah. You like doing that?
I love it.
Are you stooping any of the models like
no.
Bob Barker used to?
You know what they're like? Honestly, Bob Barker had a consensual affair with one model.
Right.
By the way, he wasn't some maniac.
Okay.
Going out with all the models. I know that's the comic book rumor, but that's not what happened. No, all the models now are like, I got to know them. I get to know the models really well, and all their husbands and boyfriends and stuff. And they're kind of like my sisters. That's how I look at them. Now, I really, honestly, I feel like I know what it's like now to have guys have a hot sister.
Yeah.
Ever know a guy in high school, he had a hot sister?
Unfortunately, you have about 9 of them.
Yeah, so you're like, I know what that guy feels like now.
Yeah.
Because like, hey, dude, it's my sister. You know what I mean? So they're all like, to me, they're all just like, that's kind of like relations. They're all like friends of mine. Yeah. So I can't even go there. Yeah. You know, but yeah, they're all really hot. But I know all their boyfriends and husbands and kids, and you know what I mean. So yeah. Hey, well, you know, we watch The Price is Right all the time. Would you mind if we did a little Price is Right with you here? Sure, go ahead. All right, here we go. Okay. What do you want to know? There we go. Let's get the little theme music going. Sure, go ahead. All right, we've got Drew Carey in the studio, and our next contestant is super producer Sully. Yeah.
Let's see how this is going to go.
Come on down, Sully.
Sully, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
All right. See? How great is this? All right, our first item up to bid on is a prostate health silicone dildo. Drew, would you like to venture your first guess?
It's who makes it?
It's made by Johnson Brothers.
Yes. And it's called a what?
It's called the Silicone Health Silicone Dildo.
How many inches is it?
It is, your contestants don't ask you all that.
Sometimes they do. I want to know who made it. How many
inches? 12 inches long, and it's the color pink. And it could be yours if the price is right.
Let's see here.
Sounded like you're imitating the sound after...
It's the sound you make when you take a Sorry. What did I say?
Guarantee you're not going to hear that on The Price is Right.
What did I say?
All right. Sully thinks that's the greatest thing he's ever heard in his life.
One satisfied customer, the silicone dildo.
Well, without going... does anybody else know the price? Am I the only one guessing?
I don't know the price.
Let's say the three of us without going over.
All right.
Whoever gets closest without going over.
You cannot go over.
I'll say $29.
$29. Lock in that price. Sully, would you like to venture a guess?
I'd say $28.50.
That's the worst bid ever.
Exactly.
You're going 50 cents under, and you want to get closest to the price without going over.
Yeah, welcome to our show.
What the hell, man? That's a terrible bid. Go ahead.
Paul Tonelli, would you like to venture?
$39.
And the winner is
how much is it?
Paul Tonelli at $45.35.
$45.
Come on down.
I'll just back down the ramp.
$45.
Wow, that's one expensive dildo.
That's where you're paying way too much, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
I always tell people on Price is Right, it's we're looking for manufacturer suggested retail price, not the price a sane person would pay. That's what they want to get from you, you know.
Let me ask you this. What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you playing The Price is Right? Like one of your contestants.
There's so many things, man.
Okay. One thing that just stands out to you.
My first year, we had a woman pee her pants playing Plinko.
How did you handle that?
I was laughing so hard I could barely stand. We had to take her backstage and dry her pants off with a hairdryer.
Oh, that is funny. That is funny.
We had two women lose. We had a woman in the front row that jumped up and her wig flew off. One time we had a whole audience full of pregnant women. We were doing a show about baby shower show.
Yeah.
So everyone in the audience was pregnant, and I want to say something nice at the end of the show. So I said, "Hey, I know you're pregnant, so I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I hope your babies turn out happy and healthy and you have a really good pregnancy. By the way, don't forget to get your pet spayed or neutered. Don't let it happen to your dog. Whatever you do." That was like a stupid thing to come out of my mouth. I say stupid stuff like every day on that show.
We love the show, man.
Let's play this clip right here. This is still one of my favorite Price is Right clips.
Okay.
when the guy with the Pittsburgh Steelers jersey was on, number 99.
2,700, Michael.
$69.
$69. The actual retail price, $999. Michael.
So then now you're going to introduce the guy here.
Yeah.
And he turns out to be, this is good.
I remember that.
This is Michael Bummer. He's actual name, Michael Bummer. We were talking at the commercial break. And Michael, you're a gynecologist from Pittsburgh.
That's true, Drew. From Pittsburgh.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And if you're not laughing right now, something's wrong with you.
Dr. Bummer.
Dr. Bummer.
That guy just cracked you up.
How could you laugh at a guy named Dr. Bummer?
All right. The question I have for you is, and everyone, we were talking about this in the office, how does one get picked to be a contestant on The Price is Right? What do you have to do? Because they screen you, right?
Yeah, well, they talk to everybody. First, you have to show up and be in line.
Right.
And there's a guy that interviews everybody in line really quickly.
Right.
And you just have to be like the people that are on Price is Right. You have to be energetic, fun. You have to look like you'd go crazy if you got picked.
Yeah.
And, alive and like be good on camera.
Yeah.
And we also have, age, gender, and racial mix that we want on the show.
Right.
So you can't have all white people, can't have all black people.
If super producer Sully was in
Can't have
line,
all
would he get
women.
picked?
Yeah. If you saw Sully in line, okay? The guy that bid the worst bid ever.
No.
Why not?
He went down by 50 cents.
I mean, they look for people in line that are just like, jumping out of their pants practically, like ready to go.
Exactly.
And right now, you don't look that excited.
He looks like he's in a coma.
Yeah, I just have to say, I just have a nice person and everything.
But you look like you're half
But
dead.
I think when we got picked, we want somebody when we call them down, they'll just be jumping up and down and crying, and So they get like a big list of people, and they take everybody's picture, and then they go backstage and they discuss for a while actually, and they pick 9 people, and then during the show they might actually like switch it out. Like they might somebody they picked in line. They might watch them in the audience, and they'll be kind of tired looking in the audience, and somebody else will be really up once they're in this studio, and they'll switch them out. So they're watching people all the way up to the last minute about who's gonna get on and who's not.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are a great guest. 2 shows tonight at Cobb's, 2 shows tomorrow night. Real good guy. We would love to have you in the studio more often.
Oh, thanks. Well, next time I come to San Francisco,
I'll sell you that silicon dildo for $25.
I'm not gonna buy a used dildo. Hey, man, I'm rich. I'll get a new one, man. I don't want somebody.
It's a prostate health silicone
Are you
dildo.
gonna soak it in that? You're gonna soak it in that blue stuff they put the combs in at the barbershop? Disinfect it for me.
The great Drew Carey. Thanks for coming in here today.
We'll see you
man.
at Cobb's this weekend.
All
See you
right.
guys.
Another fine product from Uranus.
That concludes the Lamont and Tonelli podcast. To hear more and everything Lamont and Tonelli, check out the website at lntworld.com.